You can see this is big breast, so please do subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll be getting my notification each time I upload a new video. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome back to my channel, my talented ones. I welcome you back. So today I want to teach you how to draft your 6 pieces bustier or princess darts that will run from your armpit or from the shoulder. This is off shoulder, that will run from the off shoulder down to the waist, to the hip, and to the legs. I don't know if you've seen this before, but today I want to show you how to draft it. And I'll always tell you that in Nigeria here we do drafts on fabric direct, most often, not all the time. So please stay tuned till the end of this video and enjoy my class. I've marked the lines that I needed, and all these lines I got it from my client. This is shoulder off shoulder line. Let me put my tape so that you will understand better. This is my off shoulder line, which is 5. My client is big, so I used 5 for her off shoulder. And this is the neckline, which is 6. This is the armpit, which is 10. Hope you can understand me now. And this is the middle bust. This is the middle bust, which is 11.5. This is the under bust, which is 17.5. This is the waistline, which is 19. Hip line, 27.5. And the length, which is 45. Then this allowance now, I want it to fold in. That is, the lining will carry it up inside so that it will make my dress very neat inside. So let me go through it again. All these measurements except the neck and armpit, I got orders from my client. Off shoulder, I used 5 because of the size of my client. Off shoulder is 4.5. Neckline is 6. Armpit is 9.5. Middle bust is 11. Under bust is 17.5. Waist is 19. Hip is 27. And length is 45. So let's draft the pattern. Now the neck will be, I'll use 6 for the neckline. So I mark my 6. All these measurements, I got it from my client's body, that is from shoulder, not round the body, but lengthwise, the height of the client. I got it from her height, measuring her with my soft measuring tape. So for the neck, I'll use 6 for her neck, and I'll go this way because I want it to look a little bit V, stroke, stroke, sweetheart. So, and her middle bust dart, because of her size, I'll use 5.5 for the middle bust. 5.5. Listen attentively. This is her dart, 5.5, because she's very, very busty. So when I come down to the under bust line, I'll mark also 5.5. When I come down to the waistline, I mark 5.5. Then when I come down to the hip, I'll mark 6. Then, so this length, I'll mark 5. Hope you are following me. So I come back again, drafts, marking my armpit. This is off shoulder dress that I'm doing. Then on the under bust line, I'll mark my 1/4. and on the waistline 1/4, and I join it. So from this middle bust, I'll take a line, draw it straight to this point. Watch. Yeah. Then you can see this line. This is my under bust line. This is bust. This is under bust. This is waist. This is hip. Okay. So on this line now, I've marked my 1/4 and I've darted here. I'll carry it in a curvy manner. You can use your curves. I've told you that I prefer freehand sketching. Freehand, yes, sketching. Anyway, I've joined it. From this hip line, I have to join to this line. So I have to join it in a curvy manner, or use, if you can't do freehand, you use your curve. I'm done. So, and on this line, you can see my neckline. From this point, I'll have to join to this point. So I'm through with the center. You can see my centerpiece. This is my centerpiece. So now on this line, I'll have to mark on 3 inches, come down to the waistline, mark 3 inches and join. From here, because of the size of my clients, I have to give 1 inch, and from here join it, and from here give 1 inch also and join, so that these 2 lines will have the same shape. Then from here I'll give it a nice curve. If you can curve with your free hand, get a curve and do it. It has to curve nicely. Don't allow here to have angle, because nobody, there's no part of human that is angular. So don't allow it to have angle. Make sure it is in a curvy manner. You can see my chalk. So because of the size of my client, I'll take in 2 inches here, and in a curvy manner join it to 1 inch above the middle bust line. So I try. Ooh, what a big breast. What a big breast. I hope you grabbed something here. I am almost done with my pattern drafting. So now I have to check for the measurements and mark out and cut the necessary piece that I needed. So now her waist is 43. 43 divided by 4. I will have to approximate it to give me a level. So put my tape on the waist. This is 4. Take my 4 to this part, get my level and add it 2.5 inches. Almost there. 2.5 inches. I used, look at the way I did it. Measured with my soft measurement tape. This is 4. And I took my 4, placed it here. This is my client's waist approximately here. 11. I add 2.5 inches. That is 1, 2.5. It's now at 13.5. I added 2.5 inches because I have ½ inch here, ½ inch here seam allowance, and I have ½ inch here for turning of my lining allowance. It is now 1.5 inch, and I have extra 1 inch for my shipping allowance. So I'll repeat that on the hip. Her hip is 51.5, so approximately it is 52. So 52 divided by 4 will give me 13. So I place my tape like I did on the waistline. This is 6. Take that 6, put it here, and get my 13. Then I'll have to add 1, 2, half. It's now at 15 and a half. So what do I have here? I have 9 and a half. I'll take it down here and I'll remove half inch and make it 9. Hope you understood me, and here should be straight in a curvy manner. Yeah. So the next thing I do is to measure out my pattern and make sure that the seam line of that of the center piece is equal to that of the side piece. And this gave me 39 3/4. I took it to this side, place it. Yeah, you can see it is almost equal, so I'll have to add the excess. That's why I added this. So hope you understood it. Let's cut. Fold. My pattern, you can see how to join, and here will rise and give you a beautiful curve. Please stay tuned for the back drafting the system. So for my bold and beautiful, I want to draft the back piece. 9 and a half, the armpits, neck, I'll have to use 8, waistline, 19, hip line, 28, length, 45. This is off shoulder. Because my client is bold and beautiful, her off shoulder I used 4.5. Armpits I used 9.5. Excuse me, the neck, back neck I used 8. Her waist from her body I got 19, and here on the hip it is 28. The length is 45, and lining, turning in allowance. The first thing I'll do here is to mark out for the zipper allowance, which is 1.5. I join the lines. Then the front neck I use 6. Here I'm using 6 also. Then in a curvy manner I join it to the neckline, and in a curvy manner I take it also and join to the armpits. Then I used 5.5 for her darts. So here I'll mark my 5.5, and I dart it immediately using 1 1/4 and 1 1/4, which will now give me 2.5. This is it. This is that. From this zipper to here is 5.5, and I marked from the 5.5 backwards. I mark 1 1/4. From the darts, my darts, I mark forward 1 1/4. So when I come here, I'll have to use 6. That's what I use in the front for her. In a curvy manner, I'll take this from this line, having in mind the shape of bum curve. This is bum curve that I'm trying to add here. So I have to measure here. It is 4 1/4. I'll mark it out here. So it's gonna go this way down to this point. Then from this point, I'll have to take it down to join the sister down here, and from here take this one and join it to the sister down here. And from here, since I have 2.5 here, I'll have to do another 2.5 here. So I mark and join. Isn't that easy? Any question, I would like to answer that on my comment section below. So let's measure the same line and make sure that both of them are equal. $40.5. 40.5. And I mark like this. We are done with the pattern drafting now. It's time to get our measurements on it. So according to my client's measurement, her waist is 43. Her waist is 43, which I approximated to 11 when I divided by 4. So I get my 4 here. From here I get my 4, take my tape, place it here, and count 11, then add my 1 to half, that is 2.5. I mark, then I take it straight. You can use your straight ruler to join. Then the hip is 51.5. When I divide and approximate, it will give me 13. So place my tape. There is no need for taking and joining, because everything is equal, as in, because the line joins here, so no need of taking the 6 and joining again. So I have to place it straight. I have 13. I add my 1, 2.5. So I mark. Then I'll have to take it straight to the down line. Yeah, my drafting is completely complete. This is my back pattern. It's time to draft the sleeve pattern. It's an off-shoulder sleeve with a small balloon. I folded into 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Using my client's size, I have to fold and make sure that here is 12. She is bold and beautiful. So I placed my 4.5, which I used to get the neck. Place the 4.5 and mark on the 9.5. Then by this side, I have to make sure that it is 5 because my client is big. Then from here, I deepen it a little bit so that it won't choke her sleeve. And from here, I mark. If you like, you can use your brother's armpits and place to get there. Like this. You see, they have the same shape. So if you like, you can place here and use it to get your armpits. This is for only off shoulder. That is how I do it. Then my shoulder sleeve is her upper arm is 17. So I'll have to make sure I got what I wanted. Round is I'll use 10 plus seam plus allowances, everything. So I used 10 here and I used 11.5 here. So I cut is 10. I want you to see it. I have to use this for grafting of my balloon. Fold here into 2. It's just a little balloon that I'm doing. So I'll have to take here as the upper side that will be joined to this place, and here as the downside. So since here is the upper side, I'll measure 10, and on the downside I'll measure 8.5. This is it, and total here is 6 inches. A little demonstration on how you're gonna do your balloon. You can see that here is shorter than here. Make it center to center and gather in everything here. This is the baseline. You can see it's now SS. Then you use it, and this is my balloon. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much for coming back always to my channel, please, if you have not subscribed to my beautiful channel, please do it now, as I have a lot of tutorials to do for you. This is for the side flounce or frills or fringes, whatever you like, you can call it. This is for the sided flare that I used to do orishirishi by the side. I hope you understood that. Orishirishi, sided orishirishi. So I'll have to do a spiral flare. The side will be highest 20 inches by length. My sided orishirishi, I want it to be 7 inches. I think I will use this 7 inches. So I have to measure out my 7 inches round my spiral flare. Yeah. This is called spiral flare because it's looking like spiral, or you can call it snail flare. It's like snail. You can see how it is folding already.